Welcome back. It is Sunday, August 20th in the MLB. Our four favorite picks are on the way. It's Austin, joined by Logan. Let's recap yesterday. Sadly, a 1-3 day bouncing, downward after that 5-0 sweep from Friday. Let's talk about it. Giants' first 5 team total. No sweat bet. They easily got that done. Plus 110 value. We'll take it. Even the pivot on FanDuel cashed as well. Now, for other picks, Astros -0.5 in the first 5. Framber just did not pitch well, and neither did Jesse Schultens for the White Sox. We got terrible starts from them. And then for the hit parlay, Riley did his job, but Seager didn't get a hit. He reached on an error and a walk. We were a Seager hit away from a profitable day. Not much we can do there. Seager, one of the best hitters in the league. If he goes over, doesn't get a hit, he'll get a hit today probably. But either way, let's bounce back today. We got 4 picks. We're going to dive in. It's Sunday. There's a lot of early slate games. So, Logan, I'm just going to let you hop in. What's your first one going to be?
Yeah, we're going to the early game in Wrigley again. Sunday baseball. These games start 2 p.m. Eastern time. So this one starts at 2 p.m., so get it in. Take a Nico Horner of the Cubs, over 1.5 total bases, plus 105 odds on DraftKings, currently your best value. Nico Horner, a guy I can trust. Unlike Corey Seager, I actually do like Nico, and he gets a really good matchup today at home versus Jordan Lyles and the Royals. Jordan Lyles is one of those pitchers that I told you I've been targeting several times this year in hit props because he cannot miss bats. Against Lyles, Nico Horner's seen him before. He's 1 for 3 with a double. A double would get this done today. Now, Horner has a hit in 9 out of his last 10 games and is batting .298 at home this season. So he's been really a solid, consistent hitter. The question is, can he get it done against Jordan Lyles today? Jordan Lyles, I call him batting practice for a reason because look at these. These are nasty splits. 7.19 ERA and a 289 opponent's batting average on the road, an 8.73 ERA and a 297 opponent's batting average in day games. Perfect storm today, right? He's on the road and it's a day game in Wrigley. So Jordan Lyles today should be batting practice once again. I hope Nico Horner takes advantage of that. Jordan Lyles allowing a 264 opponent's batting average and 803 OPS to righties. Righties just reach all the time against Jordan Lyles, and I expect it the same to continue today. Any Cubs hitter, honestly, you want to take him, wouldn't call that a bad bet. When Lyles can't get his secondary pitches to work, he'll go to the fastball, which Nico Horner, one of the best fastball hitters in the league, he's hits a 318 against the fastball with a 40% hard hit percentage. So that's kind of what I want to see, because a lot of these pitchers, of course, you put yourself in their shoes. You can't get your secondary pitches to work. You just need to get strikes. You're going to throw fastballs. Jordan Lyles' fastball, should be hit by Nico Horner today. And if we look at Nico, even when Jordan Lyles comes out, the Royals 23rd in bullpen ERA in August and should provide a lot of opportunities in late game for a hit. Even if Nico Horner's sitting at 1 base after Jordan Lyles comes out, I'm still pretty confident in this Royals bullpen to give him some opportunities late. So I really do think he's a good bet to make, and I do like the plus value price that we're getting him at. So, but Austin, what you going with today?
Yeah, so I'm going to do 2 hit parlays as my 2 favorite picks. I'll do this first one, let Logan pick, and then give him my second one. But honestly, out of the 4 hitters I'm going to take today, I love them all to get 2+ bases. Just going to be a little bit more conservative, just asking for 1 base. Today I'm going to Jose Altuve of the Astros and Bobby Witt Jr. of the Kansas City Royals, going back to that same Cubs game. So maybe if you want to do a Witt Jr. and Horner hit parlay and you just want to do a same game parlay there, wouldn't call you crazy either. But we just want 1 hit from each of these guys, plus 118 on Bet365. And the next best odds I would say would be on DraftKings. You'll have the same game parlay, but how I would do it would be an Altuve hit plus the Astros to score at least 2 runs, then Witt to get a hit, and then probably take the Cubs plus 5.5. I don't think they're losing by 6 runs to Jordan Lyles. But let's talk about how I like both these guys. And like I said, I don't mind them for 2 bases. I'm just asking for 1. You look at Altuve, a guy that just hit a 2,000th hit last night. Congrats to him. He's batting .325 this year, and he's been really good, hitting .347 versus right-handed pitchers. Altuve hitting 18 of his last 20 games. He's been really consistent, going to bat at the top spot in this lineup, going to get his plate appearances. We know that. He's going to face the rookie Emerson Hancock, who had a pretty good first start at home, but his last start was on the road, 9 hits allowed. This is the guy in Hancock, obviously small sample size. He is a rookie, but in his 2 starts, 50% four-seam fastball, 23% slider, 14% changeup, and 13% sinker. You look at the splits for Altuve, 377 and 406 versus the pitches he's going to see 75% of the time. Only 118 versus the changeup. Obviously, small sample size for Altuve this year, and 393 versus the sinker. Hence why I like Altuve to get 2+ bases. Certainly think he can get it done. I think he'll have plenty of chances against Hancock and also against their bullpen. And I think the Astros are going to try to obviously avoid the sweeper today. Maybe we'll see the worst bullpen arms for the Mariners here. Either way, I like Altuve to get a hit. And next up is going to be our friend Bobby Two Bags Witt Jr., man. We only need one bag today from him, but I don't mind him to get two. The guy's been scorched not. I've been just in pain because I should have just run back his bases the last 2 days. But I think he'll continue to stay hot today. And while I'm not asking him to get 2 bases, I think he could do it, but I'm just going to ask him to get a hit, which he's done in 21 of his last 25 games, hitting 389 in August, one of the hottest hitters in the league. He's hitting 281 on the season, and he's in the 8th percentile for walk percentage. I bring that up because, I don't pay Bobby Witt Jr. to go out there and walk. That's what we don't. That's what we saw it with Seager yesterday. Wouldn't be surprised if Seager gets walked today too. But I think at the end of the day, you could pitch around Bobby Witt Jr. I wouldn't call you crazy. Kyle Hendricks certainly could do that. But it's still a guy in Bobby where maybe he's trying to pitch around, and maybe Bobby reaches out his bat and hits one with like a 12% exit velo or 12-mile-per-hour exit velo. Well, he's 100th percentile on sprint speed, which is why I love to trust Bobby Witt Jr. Could be weak contact. It's going to take a great play or a very hard hit ball to one of the defenders to get out Bobby Witt Jr. He's running down the bases. So Hendricks, look at the pitches. He's going to throw a lot of changeup, sinker, and four seam. Bobby's expected batting average versus these splits 404, 304, and 288. So really good chances here. He's going to bat in the 2 spot. We'll see 4 plate appearances. And if the Royals can hit around the professor, he'll probably see 5. Jose and Bobby, go do your thing. Each get a hit. I really love these splits here today. I think both can easily get it done. I'll save my second hit parlay for a second. But Logan, I love your jersey. Who are you going with today?
This is a homer pick. I won't lie to you, but I do think it stands a really good chance to cash. I'm taking Trey Turner, our COS Hall of Famer, over 1.5 bases, minus 110 odds on DraftKings, currently your best value there. Now let's see if we can capture the Trey fire we saw yesterday, because Trey Turner, he was actually on my radar for picks. I was like, he didn't really have a good first game against the Nationals. I knew his history versus the Nationals. I was like, maybe he would yesterday. Yeah, he went 2 for 5 with 2 homers yesterday. Would have been a great day to be on his bases, but alas, I was shy and stayed off them. Hopefully I'm not a day too late, because he gets a great matchup again today versus Trevor Williams in the Nationals. Against Trevor Williams, Trey's seen him before. He's 6 for 21 with 2 singles, a double, and 3 home runs. So a lot of extra base hits mixed into there. And again, I think I've mentioned it before. Last time we were betting him just auto bet every single day. Trey sees the Nationals really well. Trey has a hit in 10 out of 12 games versus the Nationals this year, and he has 2+ bases in 8 out of 12 games versus the Nationals this year. So he's been, like I said, he's just been seeing a lot of their pitching really well. And the question is, can that hit, be an extra base hit, or can he get 2 hits today? I think both those scenarios are very likely, and especially against a guy like Trevor Williams. He just had a double against Trevor Williams August 8th. And like Jordan Lyles, Trevor Williams, one of those guys that I see on the slate, and I'm just like, yeah, I got to fade this guy somehow, because he just can't miss bats. Some of these pitchers that can't miss bats, I'll go ahead and take any sorts of props against them. Just look at the other hitters. The hitters in the top of the Phillies lineup are like minus 400 to get a hit today, right? Trey gets the benefit of being down in the 6th spot, so the odds makers give him a little break on his hit stuff. But Williams 12th percentile in barrel percentage, and he seemingly throws right over the middle of the plate all the time. Watch enough Trevor Williams. I've even made the mistake of trying to back this guy before, and I was just like, dude, middle of the plate, man, you can't do that. These are MLB hitters, and he rarely has his secondary pitches going, he has to use a lot of fastball, which opponents are hitting 281 off this year. So my whole thing, it goes back to, if you can't get the secondary pitches and you have to rely on the fastball, your fastball better at least be missing bats. And for Trevor Williams this year, it hasn't been. In August, the Nationals are 16th in bullpen ERA, but Trey sees a lot of their bullpen arms very well. He's got a lot of hits in the late game portion, and I think this is just a great spot for Trey today. Hopefully he can heat back up to early August when we were just waking up and betting him every single day. I think that yesterday kind of could be a mini, the little spark that gets him going. And I do kind of want to mention, it could be worth a sprinkle on Trey 2+ hits at plus, I think I've seen 210 odds on FanDuel. I just think it could be worth a sprinkle, because normally if Trey's going to get it done, he doesn't usually get the extra base hit for me. He makes me sweat. He gets 1 hit, and then I have to wait for the second hit. So I think the 2+ hits could be a decent look at plus 200-ish odds. But Austin, you got another hit parlay? What you going with?
Yeah, so no game picks for us today. Obviously, we try to do a game pick or 2 every day. We've turned around our season by doing a lot of player props. It's kind of what we're sticking to today. And I'm going to go to not arguably, the hottest hitter in baseball plus another guy. It's going to be Julio Rodriguez and Marcus Semien, each to record a hit. Minus 112 on Bet365. Next best odds are getting minus 118 on FanDuel. Now, look, you could go for 2+ bases for either of these two guys, and I wouldn't say, hey, that's a dumb bet. I think both these guys got a good chance and a great matchup. And like I said, hottest hitter in baseball is Julio Rodriguez. The man has 4+ hits in 4 straight games, 17 total hits, an MLB record over that time span. And he's got a good matchup here today, 2 for 3 lifetime versus Hunter Brown. Now, there could be people that are skeptical and say, why don't they just pitch around Julio Rodriguez? And while I wouldn't call him crazy, during this time span, Julio, 17 hits, only 4 of them have been extra base hits. So I don't really think you want to pitch around the guy like this who can steal bases and make your life annoying on the base path. So I think if you're just going to be like, hey, he's got to cool down eventually, but I still think he can at least get us 1 hit today. I don't think he gets 4, but hey, I've been saying I don't think he gets 4 again for the past couple games, and he's been absolutely scorching hot. And like I said, good matchup. You look at the pitches, Hunter Brown's going to throw 43% four seam, 26% slider, 25% curveball. You look at Julio's batting averages, 298, 250, and 295. I mean, this is a guy that's raised his batting average from like 250s up to almost 280 this season. Also a guy that's batting, in the leadoff spot on the road. So he's going to see tons of plate appearances here today. Don't necessarily know if the Mariners, score a ton of runs here today, but that really hasn't been the difference here. Julio's still been cooking regardless of the rest of the Mariners are doing their thing. And so I certainly think he can get us at least 1 hit. If he wants to get 4, I welcome it. But I think 1 at batting leadoff, I think he can get that done. Now, next up is Marcus Semien, a guy who is in desperate need of a hit because he's hitless in back-to-back games. I just expect that streak to end. In fact, this season, Marcus Semien has not gone a whole series, 3 games, without getting a hit at home this year. I just don't see that streak starting today. I think he can easily bounce back, and he has a great matchup here. I mean, you look at Semien on the year, but one of the most consistent hitters for the Rangers, 278 on the year, hitting 299 in August, despite this little 2-game slump. He's going to face Adrian Hauser, who is allowing a 304 batting average to right-handed batters this season. So he's given up a lot of hits to righties. And honestly, I was looking at Corey Seager here, but Corey Seager's a little juiced. And I've looked at Hauser, walks a lot of lefties, really not walking any righties. So, and plus with Seager right behind him, and you see him in the on-deck circle, you really don't want to put a guy on base for a guy like Seager who has an OPS over 1 at home this year. So, like at the end of the day, I think he'll easily get one done against Hauser. Semien, also a fast guy. You've noticed the guy I'm back in today, a lot of fast speeds, 85th percentile in sprint speed. And Hauser, here's the pitches he's going to throw. So if you're looking for a guy that you want to back, look, he's throwing 46% sinker, 25% four seam, 16% slider, and 8% curveball. You look at the splits for Semien, 346, 224, 311, and 324. So great batting averages here. I certainly think he can get it done and get us at least 1 hit. Semien's obviously been super talented. I just don't see him going 3 straight without a hit. Just like Julio Rodriguez also will bat leadoff for his team. We'll see at least 4 plate appearances, potentially maybe 5, depending on how the rest of his team is doing. Certainly think each of these guys can get it done. -112, I think, is a great price here. I think it should be closer to -130 or so. So give me this one, second hit parlay of the day. Those are our 4 favorite picks. But Logan, any final thoughts before we sign out of here?
As you mentioned, player props are kind of how we've ignited this hot streak. So I think this is what we do best. Hopefully we can have another big day. Let's finish off the weekend strong.
Yeah, let's absolutely finish out the weekend strong. We got about 10 more days in August. Let's absolutely dominate these last 10 days. NFL is coming up soon. It's been a great day. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. Drop a like too. Let us know your favorite picks down below. Have a great Sunday, great end of your weekend. Logan and I will be back again tomorrow, Monday morning, every single day. We'll see you guys then. Peace.